Hello, Westside Christian students. We are back with another game for you guys to make. So I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to tell you where I learned it from and direct you to his YouTube channel. And then we're going to build it together. This is a little bit tougher one. There's a lot of different parts to it, but it's good stuff. So I'm going to hit my green flag to get it going. We have a nice little dog running around. His legs move this time. We have apples falling. Think of Newton's apple. You're trying to avoid getting hit, okay? Now, you start out with 3 lives. I've already gotten hit once. I'll get hit another time. You can see up here the lives went down to 1. And if I get hit again, bam, game over and everything stops. So that's the game that we are going to go ahead and do, but I have to give credit where credit is due. This is what I watched right here, Scratch Dodgeball Easy Game Tutorial by Learn Scratch Tutorials. Really good channel. I haven't watched all the videos, but the videos that I've watched are awesome. So if you'd rather look that one up, he's got a great British accent, go ahead, look that one up. And it's kind of the same game. We just chose different characters and stuff like that. But go ahead, take a look at that one if you want to, and explore his channel for a lot of different things that are really, really good. Okay, I'll continue with this one. Yeah, so we're going to go to scratch.mit.edu. We're going to create a new one. All right, so now we're going to do a bunch of stuff there. First thing, the sprite. I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did in the game that I showed you. You can choose any sprite, but I found the dog worked very, very well. Dog 2 is what I'm using, okay? I'm going to take him, put him down here somewhere. Looks pretty good. I'm going to reduce him down to 80 size. See, nah, let's go at least 90 size. 90% his original size. I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go to backdrops. I like the blue sky backdrop. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Brothers. And we're going to put him down here on the ground. Okay. So we got the first sprite and we have our backdrop ready to go. Right here you can see I'm coding the sprite, coding the dog right now. And we want to make a move back and forth. Now before, what we did is we went to events, and then we did when space key is pressed, have him go forward and backwards, stuff like that. And that worked, but was just a touch herky-jerky. There was a little bit of a lag between the first step and the second step, stuff like that. So I'm going to do it just a little bit different. I'm going to do it when flag is clicked. It's going to start the game, okay? And under that, I'm going to put a forever loop. So whatever we put in here is going to go on forever, so we can keep moving him around forever. Then what I'm going to do is an if-then loop inside of it. And we're going to put some sensing inside of it. This time, to do it just a little bit different, we're going to do when a key is pressed, it's going to do whatever we have in there. Now on this one right here, I'm going to do right arrow. So if the right arrow is pressed, then we are going to, I'm not going to use the move 10 steps again. I'm going to this time change X by 10, and I'm going to change that actually to 5, okay? Now always test and test often. So if I do that, boom, he is moving forward. He's not walking, but he is moving forward. Change X by 5. So I like that. It is a good start. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hit duplicate. So we got the same thing again. This time I'm going to change right arrow to left arrow so we can bring him back. And change 5, we're going to make it -5. So let's try that again. That is hit. If I hit the left arrow, it goes back. Right arrow, it goes forward. So it's working. He's not walking, but he is definitely moving around. And I feel that this is pretty smooth. This is good. That tutorial that I did, what was it called again? Learn, Scratch tutorials. Good advice, good comments, good tip. That works very, very well. Now to get him moving a little bit, let's go to costumes. Now we can see here, he has this costume and he has that costume. And it's when you flip back and forth between these two costumes really quickly, it makes it look like he's walking, okay? This costume here looks like he's a little surprised, scratching his chin. We don't want that one. I just want to switch back and forth between these two costumes right here. So I'm actually going to delete that one. So we only have two costumes to end up worrying about, okay? Back here in code, we're going to go to looks, and I'm going to choose this one right here, next costume, okay? So it's going to change by 5. It's going to change to the next costume. So he's going to go 5 units forward, and it's going to look as if he changes to the next costume. Now going backwards, he's not changing. Going forward, he is, okay? I'm going to put this down here, next costume, okay? So we got a good start. Let's test it out. Backwards, forwards. Looks like he's walking. So that is awesome. All right. Now, next thing, I would like to have some apples falling from the sky. Think of Newton's apple. So let's grab an apple right there. That is a pretty big apple. Let's see what it looks like at 80%. Yeah, I like that. That looks good right there. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about screen size. You can see our x-axis right here and our y-axis right there. 0, 0 would be right in the middle. Okay, it's not exactly right, but about right there. Okay, all the way up is about 187. I'm just going to play with 180. All the way down would then be negative. It's only going negative 164. Okay, I'm just going to use positive 180, negative 180 because it can go all the way off. That's fine. Okay, going to the left and going to the right, let's put it to the left, we have the x. I think all the way to the left would be negative 240. All the way to the right would be right about positive 240. I think I went too far that time. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but about 240. Okay, so we're ready to go with that. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the apple fall. Okay, once again, the events start the whole game when that gets clicked, when the green flag ends up getting clicked. Okay, we're going to put in a forever loop because whatever we put in here, we want to happen over and over and over again. Okay, oh, we're going to do something just real quick before that. To start it, we're going to set, now notice we're coding for the apple right now. You can see the apple is clicked, apple right there, we're coding for the apple, okay? So when it's clicked, we are going to set the y-axis, set y to positive 180. So when you start the game, that'll just make sure it's at the top. Well, let's just check it out, make sure it works. Boom. I click that. It's at positive 180. It's all the way up to the top. Okay. Now, to make it fall, what we're going to do in this forever loop is we're going to change, not set y, but we're going to change y, not by 10, but by negative 10. That's just going to go ahead and get it to be able to drop. Rapid prototype, always test it. Boom. It dropped, and it dropped right down to the ground. Okay, so we got it dropping at least. Now, after we drop it, I want to reset it back up at the top. Okay, so I'm going to go to Control, and I'm going to do an if then. Okay, so it dropped down. I'm going to put something in here. I'm going to put an operator in there. Okay, and if I'm going to throw this guy in there. Okay. Now notice this side here, line up this side with the diamond. Okay. You don't try and put it in the middle. Bam. Okay. And then I'm going to say if down here, the Y position, the up-down position, if the Y position of the apple equals negative 180, then what I want it to do is hop back to the top, okay? So what I'm going to do is set Y to 180, okay? So if it reaches the bottom, boom, pop it right back up at the top. So let's check it. Falls down, bam, keeps on falling. Not a very fun game yet because, you know, it's not randomly coming down at all, but it's a good start. It pops right back up to the top, okay? I'm gonna pause it just for a second by hitting the stop sign right there, okay? Now set Y to 180. We can also start setting X, okay? Now I can hit this right here. I'm going to set X to, we don't want to hit it. We don't want to set it at one place all the time. We want to get it to be in a random position. So set X to, pick a random number. Now this screen here is about negative 240 to positive 240. So now if I test it out, it falls, it goes somewhere else, and it keeps falling. And it's just going at a random spot each time, and then it's coming back up here and falling again, okay? So we're well on our way. We got our apple falling, we have our little dog even walking smoothly, and it's almost a great game as it is right now, okay? If you've gotten this far, I'm very proud of you, okay? What we're going to do next is we're going to give the dog a couple lives, all right? So we got this going on. I'm going to go, oh, I better stop it first. Now I'm going to go to the backdrop, okay? Now, if I go here to the backdrops, we're using this guy right here, okay? I'm going to add another backdrop, and I'm going to do it the same one, blue sky, okay? It's right there. But I'm going to change it just a little bit. I'm going to make it into our game over screen, okay? I'm going to use our text tool, if I can find it. Where is my text tool? Oh, right there. It was right in front of me. I'm going to make my text tool. I'm going to say game over. You can't see it because it is in a different color. I'm going to make it black right there. Grab the box, make the box nice and big. Boom. And so that's going to be our game over screen right there. That's our screen that's going. That's our game over screen. Okay. I'm going to go back to code. Now notice the background is right there, so we are coding the background. Okay. I do have to end my video right here. There is going to be a part 2, putting lives in and getting a game over screen. Okay, so go ahead and do this. The screencast I'm using will not let me record more than 15 minutes. So we'll be right back with part 2. Thank you.